Hi. Welcome back to the beloved TaehyungLovers channel that never stops diving into the stories of BTS. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep the TaehyungLovers spirit alive. The stars who chose silence. The disappearance of Jungkook and Taehyung that shook the world. June 26, 2025. Everything felt silent, but not just any silence. This was a biting, echoing silence that made anyone who had ever known the name BTS feel like something unusual was unfolding. The sky over Seoul remained its usual gray. The wind still rustled the city trees, and the metropolitan buzz went on unchanged. And yet, something was gone, something important. Maybe not just something, but someone, or rather, two people. Taehyung and Jungkook, two names that once led a generation, two souls who were once the center of the universe for millions, and suddenly, without warning, they disappeared, like a breath vanishing in the winter night. No official statement, no farewell message, no final concert, not even a single word from their lips. But maybe that's exactly where the real story begins. When silence is louder than screams. Fans awaited Taehyung's return from military service the way one waits for the sunrise after a long, dark night. The world anticipated the grand moment. A solo comeback, a private concert, or at least a viral photo shoot. Everyone knew that when Taehyung returned, it would be big. HYBE had even crafted a global strategy, stirred up buzz, and mobilized international media. But he never came. Not at the airport, not on Weverse, not in public life, at all. What came instead were vague whispers. Taehyung turned down offers one by one. No schedule, no interviews, no music, only silence. In a fashion interview that was never widely released, he was said to have remarked, "Sometimes freedom doesn't mean flying. Sometimes it means walking away when the world begs you to stay." That quote spread like a mantra among armies, not just because it was poetic, but because it felt like a warning. Jungkook's fading footsteps in Los Angeles. Around the same time Taehyung vanished, Jungkook's name began to dim in Korea. Not because of scandal, nor a public decision, but because he seemed to quietly erase himself from the world of K-pop. There was no announcement, but ARMY noticed. In fan forums, a pattern began to emerge. Jungkook was spotted in Beverly Hills. A barista claimed he bought coffee at a tiny cafe in LA. A certain music studio was closed off for several nights. No official word from HYBE, aside from one short statement. Every artist has the right to choose their own career path. But when the whole world searches for meaning in silence, even ordinary words start to sound like riddles. The cracks in HYBE's mirror. Behind HYBE's towering glass walls, investors grew anxious. The sustainability operation, designed to return BTS to glory post-military, now seemed nothing more than a hollow file. Two of the group's central pillars didn't return. And without them, no plan could go forward. Behind closed doors, internal sources spoke of midnight emergency meetings, shareholder pressure, a shocking dip in stock value, all because two men chose not to appear. The Taekook myth and unanswered questions. To some armies, there was something deeper behind it all. The unspoken bond between Jungkook and Taehyung, often called Taekook. They used to appear like twin stars on stage. Those glances, the laughter, the small gestures that felt too real to be scripted. And now, with both of them gone, from everyone yet at the same time, fans started asking, was this a coincidence? Did they make a pact? Did they choose to leave the world together? A theory began to spread that they met secretly on Jeju Island. They watched the sea. They spoke little. And Taehyung said, "We don't need to be seen to be real." To which Jungkook replied, "Then let's disappear. But never leave each other." There was no proof, But for many armies, proof isn't always necessary, because true love is often something you feel, not something you prove. The letter that was never sent. A viral Twitter thread claimed someone saw Jungkook writing a letter in a cafe near HYBE's office. He wrote slowly, folded the letter, then tore it up before leaving. But one line was seen. "Tell him I left because I loved him more than I loved the stage." Who was him? Was it Taehyung? RM? His past self? Maybe it doesn't matter. What matters is that the pain was deep, too deep for words. What's left when everything is gone? There are no new videos, no songs, no public appearances. Taehyung has become a shadow in the city that once cheered for him. Jungkook has become a faint voice, sometimes heard behind the windows of a small LA studio. A raw voice, wild, emotional, unpolished. Someone swore they heard him say, "I don't belong to anyone, not even to the dream I once chased to death." And that voice was instantly recognized by armies. If they never return, can we accept that reality? That maybe they won't come back. Not in the form we knew, not in the spotlight, not with concerts. But maybe that's the message. That sometimes being human means letting everything go, even the biggest stage in the world, to find yourself again. In every silence, their voices still echo. Some fans still wait. Some write letters that will never be read. Others cry, not because they're gone, but because they understand this is not the end. This is a transformation. And like all great stories, maybe this one isn't meant to be understood now. Maybe, like all legends, it will continue to be told in whispers, in prayers, in memory, because Jungkook and Taehyung didn't truly disappear. They just changed the coordinates of their hearts. And if you're quiet enough, you can still hear them, not on music charts, not in the headlines, but within yourself, in those moments when you choose you above all else. Maybe that's the lesson they wanted to teach us all along.